Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be doing something a little different. Instead of a weapons comparison, which we are still doing, we'll be doing a video to compare and see which Halo game has the strongest Spartans of the entire series. And by Spartans, I mean the multiplayer Spartans. We're not comparing Master Chief. We can do that for another video another time, but for today, we're just be focused on the multiplayer Spartans. And just like the weapons comparisons, I cannot compare Halo 5 or Halo 2 multiplayer anniversary Spartans because I don't have there's no tools available yet to get the stats for accurate comparisons. But anyways, for this video, we'll be comparing the health of each Spartans, the health recharge time, their shield strength, their shield recharge time, how much melee damage you do, how fast they can run, and the time to kill for each Spartan. Now, to get time to kill, we're going to be using the Halo 3 assault rifle stats as a baseline. So, if you remember from my video where we compared to see which Halo game has the best assault rifle, the Halo 3 AR does a damage of 7.5, has a fire rate of 10 shots per second, and overall does a damage of 75 per second. So, its DPS of 75 we'll be using on each Spartan from each Halo game so that we can have an apples to apples comparison and get an accurate time to kill for each Spartan. But anyways, let's get right into Halo 1. So for Halo 1 Spartan, it has a health of 75. There's no health recharge time because you use health packs, so its health does not regenerate. You have a shield strength of 75 as well, and your shields, it has a recharge delay of 6 seconds, and then takes 4 seconds to fully recharge to full. And which means overall it takes 10 seconds from when your shields are completely empty to when they're full again. And you can do a melee damage of 60 points of damage, and you run at a rate of 2.25 meters per second. And when you throw in the Halo 3 assault rifle and you use it on the Halo 1 Spartan, it takes 2 seconds to kill a fully shielded, full health Halo 1 Spartan. So yeah, that's all the stats for the Halo 1 Spartan. It's pretty decent numbers, right? Well, just keep those in mind, and let's move on to the next Halo game. So that would be Halo 2. Let's take a look at Halo 2's Spartans. So in Halo 2, Spartans have, lore-wise, they have a major upgrade. They now use Mark 6 armor instead of the Mark 5 armor from Halo 1 Spartans. And overall, there's also a lot of other changes gameplay-wise, not just appearance-wise. But let's get right into the stats and take a look. So, the Halo 2 Spartan, multiplayer Spartan that is, has a health of only 45, which is down quite a bit from the 75 points of health from Halo 1. Now, the health does recharge though. You no longer need health packs anymore in Halo 2. So, your health has a delay of 10 seconds before it recharges your health. Now this is all behind the scenes. You don't actually have a health bar in Halo 2, so you don't see it recharging, but it takes 10 seconds before it recharges and then 5 seconds to fully recharge your health. As for your shields is the same, 70. Actually, it's a little bit less. Instead of 75, it's now 70. It takes 5 seconds before it starts recharging, and then takes 2 seconds to fully recharge. And then you do a melee damage of 60 points of damage, which is still the same as Halo 1. And your speed is the same, 2.25 meters per second. And the time to kill is lower though, 1.53 seconds to kill a fully healthy Halo 2 Spartan. So it's a little weaker, less health, same shields and stuff. So it's quicker to kill. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. So Halo 3. Halo 3 Spartans are more or less very similar to Halo 2's. Appearance-wise, you have a lot of other armor customization options now, but that's all just superficial. It's just for appearance-wise. It doesn't really have an effect on gameplay or anything. But lore-wise, Halo 3 Spartans are supposed to be the same. But let's see what the actual case is in the stats. So, like Halo 2, you also have a health of 45. As for your health recharge time, it's the same as Halo 2, 10-second delay and then 5 seconds to reach full health again. Your shields, same thing, 70 points of health for shields, and same recharge time, 5-second delay, 2 seconds to full recharge, for a total of 7 seconds. But your melee damage, you do a little bit more melee damage than Halo 2, 70 instead of 65. Your speed and time to kill are still the same. Now for melee damage, I do want to clarify that I am comparing something called strike melee, which is basically the standard melee across the Halo games. It's just the melee that you have for like regular weapons, like assault rifles, magnums, plasma pistols, plasma rifles. Some weapons, like support weapons like rocket launchers, or melee weapons like hammers, or other stuff like brute shots, they do a little bit more melee damage, but those are like special cases. I'm just going to compare the regular melee damage across each Halo game, so that is what we're using for the baseline, just so you know, because it does otherwise vary for certain other weapons. Anyways, moving on to Halo Reach. Halo Reach, we kind of go back in time a little bit with the Spartans. We are now playing as Spartan 3s, lore-wise, instead of the Spartan 2s in the previous Halo games, and it's a little bit in the past as well, timeline speaking. But let's take a look at their actual stats compared to the multiplayer Spartan 2s in other Halo games. So, you still have a health of 45. Your health does recharge a little faster though. There's a 4-second delay, and then 9 seconds to fully recharge your health. To a certain extent though, because Halo Reach, it does bring back health packs again. But it's not like Halo 1, where your health never recharges. Your health does still somewhat recharge a little bit to an extent, but it is a limitation that's been brought back from Halo 1. Just, not as bad. Your shields are still the same, 70 points of health for it, but your shields do take a little longer to recharge this time. 6-second delay, and then 3-second to full recharge. Total of 9 seconds, versus a total of 7 seconds from the previous Halo games. However, you do a lot more melee damage, actually. Instead of 70 from Halo 3 and 60 from Halo 2, you now do 79 points of melee damage in Halo Reach. Your speed and time to kill are still the same though, but you could sprint to a little higher. It's a weird numbers, like 3.5 something, but that's overall the Spartans are pretty similar, but their gear is a little weaker, they do a little bit more damage, and of course they can sprint, but the sprint doesn't really count, I guess. But I just do the number in there just for making it more interesting. Anyways, for Halo 4, now Halo 4's Spartans are now upgraded to Spartan 4s. So let's see how they compare to the previous Spartans. Health is once again still 45, but the recharge time is increased even further now. 4-second delay, 6 seconds to full health. Your shields, same thing, still 70, which has remained pretty consistent throughout all the Halo games. But the shield recharge time is now longer. It's a little shorter than Halo Reach, but it's still longer than Halo 3's and all the other Halo games before that. It is 6-second delay and then 2 seconds to full shields. Melee damage has been dropped back down to 70, like in Halo 3. Speed is still the same. Actually, no, speed is a little slower. It is 2.2. Actually, I forgot to mention Halo Reach's speed is a little slower too. They're both 2.2 instead of 2.25. But the sprint, makes up the difference. Interestingly enough, Halo 4 sprint is slightly faster than Halo Reach's, very slightly. And the time to kill is still the same though. Alright, so it's a lot of numbers I just threw at you guys there. But let's see how we can determine which Halo game has the strongest Spartans. And that really actually depends on what you define as the strongest, because there's actually some limitations from each game. Each game has their ups and downs for the Spartans. For example, straight up health and shields, that would easily be Halo 1. Halo 1 Spartans have the most health, and they have the strongest shields. However, their health does not regenerate, you need health packs instead, and their shields take quite a bit to fully recharge, total 10 seconds. And their melee damage is, just average. So, it's hard to say really. They can definitely take more beatings than the newer Spartans, because the time to kill is much higher than the other Halo games. But really, it's hard to say. There are advantages in newer Spartans, but since we're just going by the criteria of the strongest Spartan, not the one with the most advanced gear, I would have to declare Halo 1 Spartans as the strongest. The non-regenerating health does kind of pose an issue, but I would still have to say, just based on these numbers, the Halo 1 Spartans are definitely stronger. They may not do as much melee damage as some of the newer Spartans, like in Halo 3 or Reach, but they like I said, they do have more. They could take more punishment from weapons. So that is why I had to declare Halo 1 Spartans the strongest. The second strongest, though, I'd probably give that to Halo 3. The shields, health, and everything is mostly the same, but it's the shield recharges the fastest, and just like Halo 2, but you do a little bit more melee damage. So that's where all the other criteria comes in, and that's why I would say Halo 3 is the second strongest. But for this video, I'm gonna be declaring Halo 1 Spartans as the strongest. So classic Halo 1. But yeah, so there you guys have it. If you guys want to dispute that declaration, feel free to. I'm more than happy to discuss this. It's not like a clear decision. There's a lot of factors, and I wouldn't say like Halo 1 is like 100% all around hands down the strongest. Like I said, there's other factors, but feel free to discuss that in the comments. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this and found this comparison to be interesting. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, and if you want to see more of this, let me know what you want to see next in the comments, and I'll get around to it eventually. And of course, feel free to discuss anything else you want there. Definitely join in for some of it. But other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys.